High-ranking member of Louisiana State Police suspended over his actions. Good evening. Lieutenant Robert Burns admitted to running his ex-wife's name in law enforcement databases 46 times for his own personal reasons.
And that is against federal law. Chief Investigator Chris Nakamoto has more on his suspension and then what happens now.
Robert Burns received 64 hours of unpaid leave for his actions. Law enforcement watchdogs say that equates to a slap on the wrist, and he should be prosecuted for violating federal law. Problems for this high-ranking state police lieutenant, Robert Burns, emerged last month when he was served this letter notifying him of an impending suspension. Since November of 2013, continuing until October 2016, you have conducted law enforcement search inquiries through CoLogic and MobileCop for non-law enforcement purposes, in violation of department policy and federal law. The letter goes on to say he ran his ex-wife's name 46 times, her current fiancé 2 times, and a previous boyfriend 4 times. We've made an editorial decision to black out their names.
I've seen law enforcement prosecuted for less than what occurred in this particular case.
The letter he received states Burns even acknowledged doing it. You admitted that 51 of the 52 searches referenced above were for strictly personal reasons and not related to any investigation. The police letter goes on to say you were aware that what you were doing was against department policy when you texted that she should not tell anyone because you could get fired for doing so.
52 times over about a 2-year period of time, tracking his former wife and some of her acquaintances. So that's tantamount to stalking.
The problem, no stranger to federal prosecutors.
We'll continue to do these tough cases.
In 2013, they unsuccessfully tried a case against former Alcohol Tobacco Control Commissioner Murphy Painter after he was accused of running names in a statewide database. A federal jury acquitted him, but the trial showed the feds don't tolerate this behavior. We requested an interview with State Police Colonel Kevin Reeves. A spokesperson said he wouldn't be doing an interview because this happened under former Colonel Mike Edmondson's administration. He also said any discipline came from Edmondson's administration. But the documents we have tell a different story, showing the discipline actually occurred under Colonel Kevin Reeves' administration.
This is the integrity and credibility of the state police, and the buck stops with him, and I think that, he should make himself available to discuss this type of discipline.
Tonight, the investigative unit learned his ex-wife filed the complaints, all 4 of which were sustained after state police looked into it. Tonight, law enforcement watchdogs believe if all Burns gets is a suspension, he's a lucky guy. Tonight, they believe state police need to turn this case over to federal authorities.
Normally, something like this would result in a more severe suspension and potentially a demotion as well.
I asked state police whether they turned over this case to federal authorities, but that question was never answered. Late this afternoon, state police sent over Lieutenant Burns' response to their investigation. The response indicated he accepts responsibility and said he'll never run names unnecessarily again. He also said his system may have had a computer glitch because he couldn't recall running one of the names in 2014 and 2015. Sylvia, Michael.
All right.